Good evening, everyone, and my name is Amaya Bella, and today I will be discussing with you the importance of why we should use effective and more beneficial testing rather than using standardized testing. Do you enjoy standardized testing? Well, for me and the average testing student, I would say most likely no. The long period of silence and the uncertainty of your self-knowledge, and let's not forget the large amount of stress and anxiety it can bring upon oneself as a student. The unlimited studying and cramming, they say, define your knowledge as a student. But what if I told you that you are worth way more and you have way more potential and knowledge? There are other ways that you could determine a student's wellness in an academic subject. These are known as informal testing, criteriation referred testing, otherwise known as CRT, and informal or natural assessments. In today's learning environment, K through 12 are challenged with standardized testing. The main focus of the United States school system for its students is math and reading. While this is good and beneficial for good test results, and it looks good on our teachers, students lack the education of sciences, arts, and social studies, which are more or equally important to a student's success. Children starting at just ages 5 and 6 are being assessed and prepared for state standardized testing. This results in way more time away from recess and other academic studies, which in effect, this causes students to be way less creative in their student environment, and this also lets the teacher know that a student is not engaged anymore to their learning, which a student can then fall behind. Standardized testing, while it can be good, it can harm a student's well-being. At the rate within the anxiety in the U.S. for students increases rapidly each year. This causes students to either study harder or push themselves, or what we don't want for a student is to just give up completely. A student that goes through the U.S. education system is faced with formal or standardized testing. The test causes children to decrease in their creativity levels, like I said earlier, and makes a child want to give up or feel down within oneself or in other areas of learning. A lack of creativity results in being less engaged in what they're learning. This makes a student perform poorly or fall behind in academic studies. Focusing on math and reading can be very beneficial, but when you leave all the other studies behind, this can make a student fall behind in not only your class, but in life itself. These subjects may include social studies, arts, and science. We need to know all of them across the board in order to be a successful student. When a group of teachers assess their children based on what's called informal learning, they found their students grasped the academic concepts way better and overall performed way better. Informal or natural assessments are play-based assessments, where teachers can observe their students and see their improvements in their natural learning environment, such as, let's just say that on the playground, maybe they can see what they're learning, or they can see if they are reading a book and sounding it out. A teacher can actually assess their student by visualizing what they see and keeping documents. This may also include checklist reading skills, which determine the patterns in a student's behavior, or parent interviews, which a parent can also see their views and meet up with the teacher's views and see what a child needs help with, or what they're doing well or what they have mastered. The most effective way that teachers have taught, which they say grade levels 5 through 12, said criteriation referred testing, otherwise known as CRT, was the best way to test a student's improvement. Through that, we have learned criteriation referred testing is a measure of what a student can do and what skills they have mastered. These types of testing can reduce a student's level of stress and anxiety within the classroom and at home. These types of testing are good for creativity within the student. To help students outside of the classroom testing environment and to prepare them for academic readiness, one of the tools that teachers give us is homework. It helps a parent know what the student needs. It benefits the student in areas that they need more help in, and it also lets the teacher know what they need help with or ways that they can help the student. While this seems beneficial to the average student each year to be tested using standardized testing, we need to look into other ways of testing our students that could benefit and improve their learning. The use of informal testing, criteriation referred tests, otherwise known as CRT, and naturalistic ways of testing can benefit students in ways letting the students know that the teacher have mastered what they can and improve is the first step to helping a student with their academic success. Thank you for attending today's speech concerning the importance of looking into other ways besides using standardized testing. Enjoy your evening and thank you for attending my speech.